I haven't had any disappointments. I mean, sports is a tool that teaches, and it teaches you bad things. It can also teach you good things. It's how you perceive those things. I've looked at every experience that I've had, negative and positive, and taken that as a positive. If I wouldn't change anything, because I think it would alter some of the other things that happened. So when I look back, I can't say that I've had any bad things happen. Sure, I mean, you don't want bad things to happen, but you deal with bad things. You can't have good or without bad.
The actual system wasn't prepared for me. I thought I was ready in '97.
Right.
And I didn't have a major record company marketing to promote my project until 2003.
Right.
So for that time period, I had to run on my own energy. I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it. Regardless of how people felt at that time. And what it does is it makes you feel like, well, it made me feel like there's gonna be points that people are gonna mistake my confidence for arrogance, because they don't understand the process I went through. And how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Like, things that are meant to happen will. And if you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn. You can inspire yourself in different ways where you can actually discipline yourself. To the point that you can become good enough. Like from '97, like when I started writing, it was full time, like every day I was writing music, because I had no choice. If I was
in Miami, and then I didn't make it into the NFL. At that time, Warren Sapp and all these guys were getting drafted. So I felt like, man, that's my dream. That didn't happen. I went up to the CFL in Canada, in Calgary. Then I got cut a couple of months later. I had to move back in with my parents. When I had to move back in with my parents, I had $7 to my name. And it wasn't paper, man. It was a little bit of paper and a little bit of change. I'll never forget driving back from Tampa. My dad had to pick me up, and we were on I-75. And I reached in my pocket and I counted my money, man. I had $7, which is why I name everything $7 now around me. Everything's named $7. But anyway, I had to move back in. I was 24, 25 years old, and I thought, wow, everything is crumbling around me. Everything, man. I've got no job. My dreams of work. Since I was 14, I was playing football, and that was my goal, was to make it in the NFL. That didn't happen. I moved back in with my parents. I felt like a failure. Became depressed, and it was at that point where I went through a little bit of probably a 2 to 3 month period where, you're living in a sludge, man. You're feeling like shit. You're depressed. What am I going to do? And then I made a decision to start training for wrestling.
2.5 million that I will be victorious. I believe in my skills. I believe in my talent. If no one believes in Floyd Mayweather, I believe in me.
Dedication, hard work. Dedication, hard work. On one-man army. One-man army. The world can go against me. I'm still come on top.
Yeah, that was the greatest moment, because I think that took me from if I had any doubts about playing on college level or playing with the big guys, that shot gave me the confidence that I belonged where I was, and that it was, if you put your mind to doing whatever you want to do, good things can happen, So before anything else happened with Michael Jordan outside of that game and against you guys, that shot gave me the idea that I could be better than what people think, and I can, surpass any expectations that I may have for myself.
Because you truly believed and you knew that you were eventually going to be able to do it. And success in any endeavor is just the result of getting past those little failures. But it's the act of failing that makes you improve. That makes you want to do better. That makes you want more out of yourself. And you can either take the failure as the ending to your endeavor, or you can take it as a beginning road to success. You are always going to have obstacles, and certain doubters in this world that are going to try to steer you in a direction that you're not accustomed to, that are going to chase you away from your game plan. But the only one who can deter you from your goals is you. You can achieve anything you want in this world that you put your mind to. And any examples of having to deal with failures can simply be broken. There are countless triumphant stories of getting to success by going through failure. Lucille Ball, dismissed from drama school for being too quiet and too shy. Albert Einstein did poorly in an elementary school and failed his first college entrance exam. Isaac Newton did poorly in grade school and was considered unpromising. Beethoven, his music teacher, told him that he was a hopeless composer. Jerry Rice never made it to a Division I school to play college football. Hillary Clinton failed the D.C. bar exam just to pass the one in Arkansas. Martin Luther King, ostracized by his family for not wanting to pursue a career as a merchant.
Because you shall reap what you sow. Yes, sir. How long? How long? How long?
Cyndi Lauper extensively damaged her vocal cords and was told she'd never sing again. Barbra Streisand, her Broadway debut opened and closed on the same night. Brock Lesnar,
I had to view my life in the world
told by doctors
I got a different take on life.
he would never fight
when you have everything
again.
taken away from you and you're laying helplessly in your hospital bed, not sure if I'm going to even get back in the octagon, something that I've grown to just love to do, and that's what this is my life. You know, and so to not have, I've always been in control. I've always...
George Lucas, his first film flopped, prompting every major studio to turn down his next movie, American Graffiti.
You killed him. No, I am your father.
John Grisham, his first novel, rejected by 16 agents and 12 publishing houses.
Many years.
Dr. Seuss, his first book, rejected by 27 publishers. Elvis Presley. His music teacher in high school gave him a C and told him he couldn't sing.
One for the money, two for the show. Three, get ready now, go, can't go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoe.
Anthony Robles. Born without a leg.
Anthony, when you look back on your life, your journey from when you first stepped on the mat to this point right now where you're at, you accomplished your goal, what was the turning point in your life that, got you jump-started to where you are now?
Honestly, it was, I think it was my sophomore year. I took 6th in high school state, and a good friend of mine, he was a state champion that year. And, I wanted to be a state champion just like him. A lot of people weren't giving me credit for that. They didn't think I had a shot at it. But I think that was really the turning point. It was like, I want to be like that guy. I want to be the best in the state. And once I won that, it was like, I want to be the best in the nation. And I just went from there. Wrestling, it's been a huge thing in my life. Wrestling's been my life for 9 years now. I don't know what I'm going to do without competition now, but it's been a blessing in my life. It's taught me so much. It's really helped me to become a man. And I'll be forever grateful for that. Wrestling's gave me so much. I feel like I'm obligated to, help in whatever way I can. And I'll definitely be around Arizona State wrestling room, just helping out the younger guys as much as I can because, I'm very grateful to them. They're one of the few Division I schools who gave me a shot, and I had some coaches that believed in me. And I want to be able to help them, just to say thank you, and help those kids that, like myself, others wouldn't have given a shot. I want to be able to help those kids rise up out of nothing and achieve their goals.
Obstacles are there to signify how bad you want something. Failure is a passageway to success. It's how you respond to failures or obstacles or those stumbles or brick walls that will ultimately determine your results. You can let the failures hit you square in the face and knock you out for good. Or you can get up and fight back. You will always pass failure on the way to success. It's just about never being content with where you are in the present and moving forward with an incessant vigor to want more out of yourself, to want to do better, to have that internal fire to not end up failing. Do you have it in you?
I would ever have the chance to stand before you today. So when I returned home, I spoke with Michael and Elijah and I said, that's how you do it, son. You do it like they did it. I wanted to stand in front of my boys and say, do it like your dad, like any proud dad would want to. And at that moment, a voice came over me. And it said, look up, get up, and don't ever give up. You tell everyone or anyone that has ever doubted, thought they did not measure up, or wanted to quit, you tell them to look up, get up, and don't ever give up.